When I found Next Level Creators, I was at one of the lowest points of my life.
Find a happy place.
I had been wildly swinging for the fences in an attempt to grow my video production business, but my efforts were proving futile. I was acutely aware that I didn't know what I didn't know, and it was paralyzing. About 2 years of this, and along comes the birth of my first child, and it was there in the hospital room, holding my newborn daughter. The reality that I was broke hit me between the eyes. I wanted to live in the abundance that I knew was within reach. I just didn't know where to reach. I was aimlessly aiming for success. On one particularly depressing morning, this ad came across my screen with this young guy named Paul talking about how he had scaled his video production business to over 6 figures and how he could help me do the same with mine. I was skeptical. I'd been duped before by overzealous salespeople acting like drugged up puppy dogs in the store window, promising these massive transformations amidst flashing shots of Ferraris and mansions and supermodels. But there was none of that get-rich-quick hypey stuff going on with Paul. And I felt as though he was speaking directly to me in a way that I had never heard it before. And for the first time in years, I felt this twinge of hope. So I ended up going through the entire funnel, actually booking a call with an NLC member. On the phone call with member Karen, pinpointing my pain points, answering the questions that I had always had that I hadn't been able to figure out on my own. But it all came down to brass tacks. So I'm like, this all sounds good. What's the buy-in? When she told me, I about choked. I wasn't used to investing that much into myself, but I knew that there was no way in hell that I was going to be able to convince my wife to make this purchase. It was literally all of the money that I had. And it was in that moment on the phone call with Karen that I realized I had come to a significant crossroads in my life. I had the option to say no to get the same results that I had already been getting, which was essentially nothing, or believe in myself, make the investment, and see what happened. So I put Karen on hold, tiptoed very quietly to the master bedroom where I knew my wife was, and I was relieved to find her in a state of ptosis, having been up all night caring for our screaming newborn. If I was ever going to have the chance to make this purchase without telling my wife, now was the time. So I walked back to the phone. Okay, let's do this. Here's my card number. I took the leap, then I had to tell my wife. After a long conversation and a bit of panic, I'm still alive today, so everything turned out all right. But for most people, the fear of loss and the possibility of your wife murdering you is much stronger than the desire for gain. And that's understandable. Fear is a very real thing, so they go back to what they've been doing, never being able to experience the victory. But I know that fear will rob you every time. It will rob you of your joy, your energy, your potential, and it will ultimately rob you of your dreams. And I wasn't about to let that happen to me. If I was going to get what I wanted, I had to break the cycle. I've now been in NLC for nearly a year, and I can say everything in my life, from my business acumen to my confidence levels to my daily habits, have all been completely changed because of this course. I've learned how to go from inconsistency and freelance work to booking content retainers, commercial campaigns, and helping my clients' businesses grow exponentially. And that in turn has made my own business begin to grow. There's never really a good time to begin investing. You'll never have the time. You'll never have the money. You just have to start. And if you don't invest in yourself, but you think other people will be willing to invest in you, that could be the very reason why you're stuck and why you need to look at this program. I can honestly say that it was the greatest investment of my life up to this point. You don't have to put the materials and the systems and everything together on your own. It's all there. It's all been created. It's all just downloadable. You just have to watch the lessons and boom. If you're someone who's on the fence about joining NLC, you know that it's a big investment. You've never believed in yourself like that. Well, I can tell you 2 things. Number 1, the membership is far more valuable than the cost of admission. And number 2, I wish I would have found it a lot sooner. I encourage you, take the leap, make the commitment to grow, and I guarantee you cannot lose. I'm Ben Mira, and joining Next Level Creators changed my life, and it will change your life too. Make the investment.